Okay, Steve Mazzone here from Bay State Running, and I'm here with Brandon Palmer, Northampton coach, but also Bay State Running. And we're here with some of Western Mass finest boys runners here. We have Morris Poe of Long Meadow, his teammate Chris Johns of Long Meadow, Toby Lesperance of Northampton, Jonas Clark of South Hadley, and Junior Pontes de Vega of Amherst Pelham. Welcome to Zoom, guys. Brandon, why don't you tell us a little bit about these guys?
Yeah, so real quick, I had to assemble a five-man team, Western Mass finest, and this would be my dream team right here. You got Toby holding down all the distance events. He's pretty flexible in being able to do everything. Toby's also been a cross-country Western Mass champ, as well as 2019 won the, let's see here. What hasn't he run? My God, was on the 800, that 4x8 that qualified for nationals, just ran an 8:02 this indoor season, 4:26 in the mile, ran a 9:33 a 2 mile. I mean, unstoppable there. So we would obviously build our distance parameters around Toby. And then we've got Maurice Poe, our hurdle specialist, our 600 meter guru as well. Coming back off of 2019, where he just won the Western Mass Division I hurdles, came back this indoor season, won the 55 meter hurdles, ran the 600, ran all the relays on his team. And then his teammate as well, Chris Johns, the phenomenal high jumper out of Long Meadow, a real uncanny kind of career, 4 times Western Mass high jump champ. He's a 4-time national qualifier. He's got a high jump record of 6'7", and his long jump PR is like 20'3", which is okay. It's not what like Coach Palmer would call good or anything, but it's he makes up for it in the high jump. I think one of my prize moments this indoor season was watching the Providence commit jump that 6'7" jump at Western Mass when I was doing a live stream, and I was absolutely out of my mind watching it because I never saw a white boy jump that high in my life. and then moving onward, I guess we're gonna have our youngster in the crew here. He looks like he's at the club tonight, Jonas Clark, right out of South Hadley. My man, he's a sophomore. He is the Western Mass 55 meter record holder. One of these 6'4" guys that's very few coming out of Massachusetts. He's number 21 in the nation, ranked as a sophomore. He was 3rd in the freshman 60 and in the 100 at New Balance Nationals last spring. So really happy to have Jonas out here as well. And we're going to top things off with our sprint specialist from Amherst, Junior Pontes de Vega. My man Junior, me and him kind of got along pretty good because we always come around the start line for a lot of the sprints and kind of see what's going on and everything. And Junior's a real soft-spoken guy, but when he's on the track, he's fierce. And, he does it all between the 55, the 300, the 200, the 400. At Western Mass, he ran the 300, won the 300 with a seed time. I think he seeded with like a 35.9 or 35.8 or something out there. And then came back in the 4x2 20 minutes later. And then 10 minutes later was back on the track, crushing the 4x4 for Amherst. So, guys, it's a real pleasure to have you guys on here, and real pleasure to kind of like build you guys in as the top 5 Western Mass athletes. So really happy to have you guys on, and really looking forward to kind of the conversation that we're going to have tonight.
Yeah,
thank you for having us.
I'd like to begin with Jonas. Jonas, a fantastic indoor season. I know you were going to New Balance Nationals. Talk about that. Talk about getting ready to go to New Balance Nationals, and then it gets canceled 4 days before it even starts.
Everything was very, slow getting off of the season because all states I came in second. I had the chance to go to New England's. Me and David decided to cut that off and not go. So we were really focusing on these last 3 weeks of just training for nationals, all this national stuff. There was 8 of us going. It was very exciting. We did a lot of different workouts. We took it easy, but I watched the New England meet really wanting to go there. And it's kind of sad knowing that I ran my last race without really knowing it. when they like canceled nationals itself. So I was very upset about that. I don't even think I didn't go to school that morning either. I was so sad. So
Yeah. What was your reaction? I mean, how were you able to shift your mindset after that to get back on track?
So like my whole like mindset was let's be upset about it for the entire weekend. After when it hits Monday, we're done. So um after it hit Monday, I kind of went back into it a little slower. I think that whole week off since I've been training constantly and I started getting back into it, doing light stuff, a couple of hard workouts before I started closing tracks and stuff. But recently, I've just been doing a lot more like circuits, stuff like that I can stay inside my house for, and not a lot of just stuff around the neighborhood because there's so many people walking around now, and I don't want to be distracting to them. But yeah.
And talk about that indoor season. I have to keep reminding myself that you're only a sophomore. And like I said, you're getting second in the All-State meet to Richmond Quaytang, who's the state record holder.
Yeah.
Talk about that indoor season. I'm thinking it's kind of what you expected after your freshman season.
Yeah, the indoor season was was way better than my last year's indoor season. Indoor season last year was kind of like my learning curve. Like I was kind of just getting into track and trying to learn how to like the techniques and everything like that. And outdoor season of freshman year was a lot more progressive for me. And I was knowing that coming into indoor season was gonna be a lot better. My whole goal for the entire like year was to hit like 6'4" because I was a 6'5" and I knew I could just dip down into 6'4", and I was stuck at a 6'5" wall for like 4-5 weeks in a row. And then when I hit the 6'4", I just couldn't like leave it at that point. And I hit the 6'3", and I thought that was absolutely crazy. And comparing myself to other people in the nation, I found it insane that I was only a sophomore and I was, sticking like keeping myself up there with them.
I'm going to shift things a little bit. So how are you doing now with this homeschooling thing, being away from the school and doing it from your computer like we're doing right now, actually?
It's like it's very different. It's really hard to find motivation for stuff, like I kind of realize I like working out and doing stuff with my friends and stuff like that. So it's very hard for me. And like online school, like I feel like I'm getting more work, or maybe I'm just stalling more. I don't know, but it feels like a lot more work now because I'm just like stalling and stuff like that, and I have so much more distractions at home. And but the motivation is probably the biggest part of like athletic wise though.
And Chris, I'm going to switch it over to you. So obviously a great indoor season doing that 6'7" in the high jump. Were you going to the nationals too?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah. And, so what was your reaction as far as that being here?
It was tough, especially like being a senior too. Like you kind of think that'll be your last indoor meet. It's a great event too, and a lot of good competition. So definitely disappointing. You look forward to it, you train for it. So.
Now, obviously, it's a little easier for runners to be training right now. How does a high jumper train right now? Do you even have access to a pit or anything, or how are you training?
Yeah, I mean, I've just been doing like leg-based lifts, like jump workouts, that type of thing, but I don't have access to like a mat or anything like that. So I'm definitely gonna be rusty when I get back out there with the technique. But
And how are you dealing with our current normal that we're, kind of confined to our houses? Are you the type that can't be cooped up in the house too long?
yeah, it's been tough, especially just like not seeing my teammates, not being at practice every day, at school even, that type of thing. So yeah, it's been tough for sure.
Brandon, I switch it over to you.
Yeah, sure, definitely. All right, so let me get you your teammate here, Chris, Maurice. Maurice, earlier in the season, you were voted Mass Live Athlete of the Week, which is one of the local newspapers out here for Western Mass. I saw you did like a little bit of an Instagram takeover that day. You've got a great rapport with your team. Like, you got to miss them, man. Like, how are you dealing with it?
Yeah, basically I try, like, our coach is very active on like email, text and stuff. We text each other all the time. Sometimes we like meet up 6 feet apart and like do a little workout or something. But I feel like I still have a connection with them. Like, of course, I'd want like the entire track team to be together, but like I still don't feel like I'm like away from them. Know what I mean?
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, but also being that you're a hurdler now and that you're, coming back off of winning both last year's outdoors and then this indoors, in the respective hurdle events. Now, what are you doing to train? I mean, are you kind of in the same boat as Chris?
Yeah, I'm a little bit in the same boat as Chris. Something that I have learned to do is work on my mileage. I'm running a lot of distance stuff, like running a couple miles, because in outdoor, I run the 400 hurdles, which is a little farther than, short stuff.
Yeah, just
Just
a little.
yeah. So just working on that stuff to like improve the mileage, make that easier when I come back, like instead of like whipping some hurdles out and doing that. Also, core helps a lot with hurdles, so just a little core at home, that also helps.
Oh, definitely. I remember my hurdle days too. I never really had the core strength that I see you be able to, kind of maintain throughout your races with like the form and the rhythm that you have. But I mean, also with the hurdles now, if we're to go back and have our season here, like, how do you describe that event being contested with social distancing?
I don't really know, because I feel like if we were to come back and do like hurdling stuff and have like everyone be touching all the hurdles and moving them on, I don't really know how that would work. But like I hope that we can like maybe use gloves or something when you're moving the hurdles out. But like I hope that we can like keep the hurdling events, or unless I'd probably have to just like result to doing relays or something.
You guys like relays down at Long Meadow. I see that quite a bit out of you guys.
Yes.
Now, I guess now let me switch gears here. Let me ask Toby a question here. Toby, what new TikTok dance are you working on?
So I don't actually have any mental health disorders, therefore I don't have a TikTok. So I don't actually do any TikToks. Yeah, that's about it.
All right. Well, I mean, so if you're not doing the TikToks, are you at least caught up on the season of Tiger King?
I watched like 1.5 episodes of that. Yeah, it was.
Did Carol Baskin kill her husband?
What? Oh, I have not gotten that far yet, but from what I've heard, she probably did. Like,
I'll tell you what, I watched the whole thing. I was intrigued. Hey, Jonas, real quick, just because you're a South Hadley Tiger, I had to ask Farrell, and she didn't have the answer. Do you think that your coach, Nick Davis, has watched the Tiger King?
Farrell asked me this after, and I wanted to know why, but I feel like he probably didn't, in my opinion. I don't think he did, but I haven't watched it yet, so I didn't even hear about it until like 2 days ago. So as weird as it is.
Oh man, you got a Netflix watch party.
No, I'm happy I have something to watch now, so I'm gonna definitely watch that soon. Well, I watched the entire Marvel series today, like the entire thing. So,
all of it in one day? Jesus.
Well, and over like 3 days. I watched like all the separate ones, and I just started like watching the Avengers itself. Like it was in order. It was actually kind of sick. I finished Endgame like last hour.
Jonas, are you the Flash?
No.
Are you Green Lantern?
He's close.
No.
What's your superhero?
My superhero, my personal favorite, I think, is Captain America. He's my personal favorite.
I like him too, man.
You
You work
man.
from small to huge. Just let me train like that in track and field. Hey, Junior, real quick, I gotta ask you, man.
Yeah.
I know you're a senior. You're obviously a very talented athlete.
Wait, you're breaking up a little bit right now.
Oh, sorry about that. Everything cool right now? You got me? I'm just wondering, with all your talent that you have, what colleges are you seeking on bringing all that talent to?
Right now, I'm looking to go to like a JUCO in New York, like a junior college for 2 years, and then transfer after 2 years. It's like to go to like practice the sport, try to get into a college level after.
Excellent. I'll tell you what, right now, if you go to a junior college, you are going to be kicking everybody's butt in the nation.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. I think I find like better opportunities after to like bigger schools that's not around here.
Definitely. Now, do you have family in New York? What's your connection to New York?
I mean, I don't really have any connections, but it's like Ray,
All right,
So,
you're trying to connection then.
yeah.
Hey, let me ask you another quick question here. What album have you listened to most recently, start to absolute finish, without skipping a track? Oh, are you frozen?
NBA Young recently album.
NBA Young?
Come on, now. Bad. Yes, NBA Young Boy. Bad goes. I think that's the best song on the album.
All right, I'll have to ask my my stepsons, to share the album with me. Unless you want, I'll throw it a little like or something like that if you throw it my way.
All right, bet.
I don't think I know who he's talking about, but I'll listen to it.
Yeah, he's pretty good, man. You'll like him.
So Toby said that he wasn't doing any TikTok dance moves. Who is out there?
Who is?
Yeah, who is? If you're not doing it because you don't have mental health issues, then you got him. Who's doing it? We're all trying.
Most runners did.
That's Jay Clark, man.
Oh my God.
Show us your latest TikTok.
I'm not showing anything.
You got the studio right there.
I don't do TikTok dances. I make TikToks. There's a difference. I make TikTok content. But I pulled a total of 38K followers on TikTok like since December. So I've been kind of.
Nah, that's pretty good, man.
But my running stuff has actually worked a lot more recently. So I posted like 2 videos and they kind of did good. So, I might be a running account now. Who knows? So.
Hey, man, make it a living if you can. Guys, with all the homeschooling and stuff like this going on right now, I guess I'll pass this one around with a quick question. But what is your biggest distraction at home trying to get your homework done?
PlayStation.
Same.
It's the PlayStation, man.
Call of Duty is big right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any pets? Is there any siblings at home? Anybody else going through the same kind of climate and educational forum as you guys are?
Yeah, I have 2 siblings at home as well. From college too. Just going through the same thing kind of. My sister is an athlete as well, collegiate athlete, so just kind of trying to deal with their season getting canceled, I guess. So
what sport was she playing?
She's doing crew, like rowing.
Oh, great.
Yeah, at Yale, which is sweet. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's an intense sport.
Yeah, for sure.
You guys develop any hobbies out there? Any new hobbies?
Running.
Is that a hobby?
I've been trying
No, it's
to DJ.
What was that?
The running's not a hobby, it's a mental disorder, right?
I've been solving Rubik's Cubes lately. So.
What?
Yeah.
How quick?
I was working on this a couple of nights ago.
What the heck?
I've never
Is
solved
that a
one.
complete Rubik's Cube? Yeah.
Yeah, it's completed, but it takes
Not
like
even a
so
cube.
long to undo it. So I'm not gonna undo it now. It probably takes me like 30 minutes to solve that one. I have a couple more, but I have like a 3x3 that I do. I have like a 4x4, 5x5. I have a bunch of them now that I gotta just do and to like, just keep my mind going and something to learn.
Did you just say it took you 30 minutes to do that?
Yeah, but that's if I'm going like as fast as I can. But it takes me a minute. It takes me a while to do this.
I'm confused. I don't know how you could do that in a half hour. I don't know how a 6.42 and the 55. Whatever you can do, man. You just do it as fast as you can.
I guess he does everything fast.
Actually, I'm very slow. I'm actually very slow in real life, though. Like, if you ask Davis, I'm the last person to leave everywhere just because of how slow I am at packing everything up and, like, moving in general. Like, my family, I find it very ironic about how slow I am at getting, like, normal stuff done compared to, like, running. But
be the fastest person when you want to be, and be the slowest person when you want to be.
Yeah.
That's a medium there. Just hot and cold, and cold. Guys,
what's some words of advice you could give people out there?
Exactly. That's what we need to hear.
Have someone to talk to about this stuff. That's the best thing I could say, Even if it has to do with workouts or just, like, emotionally stuff, It helps. It helps a lot, especially in this situation. So that's the best thing I can say.
Yeah, just like getting out and training, stuff like
stay
that.
away from the news.
Stay away from the news. It's a good one.
Stay away. I like that one.
Like,
good.
And it looks like I'm not sure if your season's going to be coming back. What's your thoughts on that, guys?
Not likely, I don't think.
yeah, it's looking slow going back to school.
Keeping the hopes low. So if the season ends up happening, I'll be very happy. But I'm kind of just looking forward to next year. Soccer season, and then I'm only a sophomore, so I have a couple more years left. So I'm not as early as you guys might be. So
Yeah.
Man,
Well,
you got
so on that note, let me ask the seniors here. Only because obviously a very abrupt kind of ending, to your high school careers here. But like, let's turn the hands back a little bit here. Let's think about it here as one question that I'd pose is, what would be your biggest regret in track and field, like your career-wise? Like, what would be your biggest regret, and what could you change? Like, so like somebody like Jonas here that's a sophomore, obviously got the world at his hands right now. And a couple of other kids, your teammates and everything like that. Like, what would be your biggest regret?
I definitely wish I picked up the relays sooner. I never did any relays till this past indoor season. I had so much fun with them. I thought they were so fun, the 4x2, especially. I had so much fun with. So I didn't run it that fast. But I had a lot
relays
of
are
fun
the
with it,
best.
Yeah.
relays are the best thing to run.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
they really are.
They're so much fun.
My biggest regret probably would be not doing indoor freshman and sophomore year.
Yeah, that as well.
That is probably the best thing I've ever chosen to do. I was gonna do basketball.
Yeah, I tried out for basketball and then I got cut. And then my football coach recommended me to do wrestling, and I did that, and that sport was very bad.
Oh.
And then I did track indoor or junior and senior year, and it was amazing. Like, there's nothing like Smith College. Like, that atmosphere is like cramped, terrible, and incredible at the same time.
So, Jonas, you were going to do basketball last year?
Well, yeah, it's something I don't really like talking about now because I'm not that good. But I played like when I was in like elementary school and everything like that. And then as it comes on, a lot of my friends still play basketball now. But they're all like, Jordan, you gotta do basketball. You gotta do basketball. I knew I was kind of fast to begin with. I was like, I might do track. So then a couple of the track kids, well, you have to do track now. Like, you don't have an option. So I kind of just did it, and it ended up being a lot better. I'm so happy I did it, though. I'm so happy about it because I would have definitely switched to indoor this year, if anything. But I'm so happy I started indoor last year so I could be way better this year.
Well, good thing you saved yourself the embarrassment.
Yeah. I would have been fighting for a JV starting position. Like, and there's not that many people in our school to begin with, so it's like, you know, maybe freshman team. Yeah, I wasn't that good, you know. But
guys, one other quick one here. You know, how would you describe your events? You know, being contested virtually.
I don't know.
Not possible.
Yeah, I don't know how hurdle.
I don't know. I don't know. If ours. I don't know. FAT doesn't seem like it can work with that, but
Come on, I can run a 6'3".
Hand time. If Tucker Carlson's dad is timing it.
No, I'll use a sundial.
Or start at 30 meters or something.
Yeah, that'd probably be it too, right? I'd need to self-sacrifice and get a couple of new hamstrings too. So, Chris, you would have a hard time, obviously, competing in the high jump.
Yeah.
What would be a great way to measure a virtual high jump competition?
I don't even know.
Be creative. Be creative. Tell me, what do you think?
You get a couple dirty mattresses out in the yard and have someone hold a stick up or something. I don't know.
I love it. I love it. Send me the video when you do it.
I've been thinking about it.
We'll get that on Bay State Running right away.
I've been thinking about it. We got a fence out there. Just jump over the fence onto a mattress. I don't know. We'll see. But I gotta do something. It's been too long.
Make sure you record it for TikTok.
Maurice, like what's hurdles look like?
I'd probably start hurdling some random objects or something, just to like work on the technique, lead leg, trail leg, you know. Yeah.
What would be the most random object that you could hurdle or that you have hurdled?
Do you know like those football dummy things?
Yeah.
I think I was like warming up or something during one practice once, and then I just like felt like hurdling it, and then I was just like working on my form, and yeah, during.
Those are pretty high, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think it was on the ground or something. I'm not sure. I don't think it was that high.
You just got like some freak hops. That's what it is.
It's momentum, you know. You're running so fast, you know, you don't go up, you just go over it.
It's
a basic science.
Now, Junior, like, what do you think? What do you think about virtual relays? How do you contest a virtual relay?
Have you seen the video on Instagram of the people in the hotel doing the relay?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
I think it would be fun to try. Like, I'm definitely willing to try. I would probably just run into the TV though.
Oh man, shoot. And then Toby, obviously, you know, being that you're a road miler and 2-miler kind of guy, I mean, how do you feel about this whole virtual scene about to take off here?
I don't know. I think that the best way to do that would not be via GPS watch, because you could just bike or drive, drop a pretty quick time. I think you need to have a friend take a video of you on a 400-meter track and just like do it that way. But realistically, I think that the best thing to do at this point is start training for cross country. Because if you can get in like a solid, like, I don't know, 8 months of base rather than just like 4 or 5, you're going to be in a lot better shape than any of the other incoming freshman classes have been in previous years.
It's very wise. Very wise.
If we could start running 5Ks and 8Ks now, that'd be damn good.
I like that idea. So actually, and Steve, we were just talking about possibly bringing in that opportunity to have a 5K contested virtually.
Yeah, do you guys know about the virtual meets that we've been putting on?
Yep.
Yeah, so we are, this week we're doing the 800 and the mile, but next week, the 400, we'll probably be introducing a relay. And we'd love to have you guys compete in those virtual meets. We had 442 high school kids last week. I don't know what the numbers are this week, but it's probably going to be pretty big too.
I'm not much of a runner, but I'll hop in that 5K, see what happens.
I like it. That's a true competitor right there.
Yeah, I'll be running that mile. No, actually, there's a couple of my friends. I'm in like a group chat. I think we're all gonna like do the mile, just to see how it goes, and we're gonna rank each other in there since we're all sprinters. So it'll be good.
Jonas, I already heard about you. You're the fastest man in the world. I heard that there was an airplane that was flying overhead. You saw it and you raced it and you won it.
Oh, really? Yeah, I heard about that story too. I lived it, but
Now
I heard it in New York to California, 5 hours.
Oh yeah.
You do know in that mile race you can't use blocks, right?
Oh, I don't know. I'm bad at blocks anyway, so it's okay.
Guys, you have anything else you want to add to people out there? Maybe some words of encouragement to people out there who are in the same boat you are and same boat we are and trying to get through this?
I'd say just keep training, getting ready for your next season or competition, whenever that may be.
It will eventually end, and when it ends, be ready for it. It's the best thing. So.
Well, guys, we thank you for joining us today. We wish you the best of luck. Hopefully this does end soon, but it seems like all you guys got a good head on your shoulder right now, and definitely, taking it the right way, as difficult as it is right now. Brandon, I don't know if you want to add anything else.
Real proud of y'all, you guys. Thanks, for coming on with us. Obviously, share the content. It's great. It helps us build a great, encouraging platform to speak on, but also it engages a lot of the athletes in your neck of the woods. And that's what we're here to serve. It's all for you guys. You guys, provided us with for and that everybody's going to be able to have value going. So thank you guys all for joining us tonight.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Oh, we got somebody out there.
It's Tim Jakes.
What's going on, boys?
He's called me.